Hey guys, Abby Johnson here, and I have an interesting news report for you today. Okay, so there was an article that came out about Whole Women's Health in Fort Worth, and they were really doing a little bit of a hero brag about themselves, talking about the night before the Texas heartbeat law went into effect. And they were saying that on that day, they performed or committed 67 abortions in a 17-hour period. So I sort of broke that down, and everybody was like making a really big deal about it. Like, oh, 67 abortions, so many abortions in 17 hours. And I was like, I mean, I didn't really think it was like that many. I mean, it's a lot of abortions, okay? But like in 17 hours, like I was thinking, I mean, it's not that many abortions. Like, because if you break it down, that's less than 4 abortions an hour. So that's like 15 minutes per abortion. And at my clinic at Planned Parenthood, our goal was to have an abortion done in 5 minutes. But then I started thinking about it and I thought, okay, their abortion doctor that they were using is in his 80s. Okay, so, 80 something year old abortion doctor. And then I started thinking 17 hours. So he's been doing surgeries for 17 hours. That's a long day, okay, of doing that. So then I looked up. My friend and I started talking, and we were like, how long can you like haul Doritos around the country, like in a semi truck, right? Well, we looked it up. 11 hours. So if you're a trucker, you can be on the road for 11 hours. So if you're hauling like eggs and cheese and milk or whatever, the maximum amount of time that you can be on the road is 11 hours. And then you have to rest for 10 hours before you can get back up and do it again. But there is no such law in the abortion industry, apparently, because this octogenarian was up performing abortions for 17 hours in one time span with no significant break. And I started thinking about just how dangerous that can be, that has to be for these women. I mean, the lack of safety, the lack of care, and for what? They can't even pretend like, oh, we were having to help these women get them in at the last minute. Like, they can't even pretend that. Because if they really cared about women, they would have said, you know what? We've got this really old dude who can't possibly do abortions for 17 hours. So for your health and safety, we're going to have to cancel this appointment. But they don't care about the health and safety of women. So they're willing to risk the health and safety of women. They're willing to have a super old guy doing abortions for 17 hours. They're willing to do that because they want to get the money. They want to perform 67 abortions in a day. Not because they really care about these women exercising that right at the very last minute. They want to get those dollars in at the very last minute because they know that their cash cow abortion is about to disappear right in front of them. That's what it's about. That's what it's always about. It's always about money. I mean, 17 hours? That's not safe for anybody. Especially these women. And the fact that it was taking him 15 minutes to do an abortion procedure tells you that he was slow at his job, because I don't know any abortion doctor that takes 15 minutes per abortion. That tells you that he was slow at his job. He's no longer effective at his job. He shouldn't have been there in the first place, and he certainly shouldn't have been doing it for 17 hours. So, as of right now, your Cheetos, your yogurt, your dairy products, they are in much safer hands in the back of a semi-truck than women who walk into an abortion clinic. We all knew that, but at least now we know for sure. That's how much the abortion industry cares about women.